So looking at this new user interface, it's much neater. The journal is way more useful because it has now you can look at the suspects and see things specifically about people. There are observations, which is I think the general stuff, and there's a phone number section. I would have preferred that they just give me a cell phone. I could just click on their names, but bad. Ned is on here, so we can actually call Ned.
Do we want to call Ned now?
Guess I better get this pond
No.
shoveled off.
All right, we got Minesweeper. How do we play shovel? Um, oh. Yeah. I forgot what I was doing. This is Minesweeper. Accidentally broke some ice. Can we put this over? Yeah. Sure. It's good, good. I don't know how long this is gonna take.
I was wondering. I should.
Yeah, go to the bathroom real quick. This is, by the time you get out, I'll hopefully be done with this. This has one. That goes there. It says 2. Good. That should be there. One has 2, so that one could be. And then this one has good, and then oops. Um. Got. So this one has 2. One has 3. And this one has That's good. A little risky. That one says 3. There. One has 2, so that's there. And 1, so yes. Or yes. this one is one, so one's good, one's not. See, he went and I'm still not done. Tells you how long this takes to shovel the ice. Let's see. One's also 4.
That ought to do it. Wait a second. Those look like wolf tracks. Maybe I should find out where they go.
There's a dangerous wolf on the prowl. Let me see if I can find it. That makes sense.
That must be Trapper Dan's needle. What's this doing here? Strange. It's halfway in and halfway out. This thing must open up somehow.
Okay. Keep following the footprints, I guess. Paw prints. Chicken Ridge.
Sounded like an explosion. What's that noise?
Avalanche.
Oh no! I'm buried in snow. I've got to dig myself out before I run out of air. I'll never make it. I can barely breathe. Someone's up there. Help! I'm down here, right under you. Can you hear me? Help! I can't breathe. Hurdy, oh goodness. Easy. It's okay. I'm not real happy about the situation either. It's gone, but thanks to that hole it dug, I can breathe again. Now if I can just pull myself out. Go back to Chicken Ridge and risk getting caught in another avalanche? I don't think so.
Oh, that's the first place I wanted to go. Come on. It was already fallen, you know.
A fossil. Cool.
Okay.
Wonder what kind of rocks those are.
Ski tracks? Or snowmobile? I don't know. Seem to, What's this way? We didn't go this way. Oh. Okay, we're just back now. Ah, Trapper Dan's needle. Okay.
I feel warmer already.
What was this sounds though? I don't remember the car being here. I did it again. I clicked off. Why do they gotta leave so many things like on the right side of the screen? Cause the car I don't remember. Do you remember the car here? I don't.
No, I don't.
Wind chimes.
Who goes there? Nancy.
Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew shall not pass unless and until she proves herself worthy.
And how does she do that?
By hitting the Snow Princess 10 times. Snowballs only, no ice balls.
What are ice balls?
Snowballs made of ice. If you get hit with one, it can knock you out. So don't throw it or I'll tell my dad.
You must be Ollie's daughter, Freddie.
I am the Snow Princess. Prepare to defend yourself.
Oops. Ah. Misclick. Punk. In the face.
You win, so you may pass.
The face from a clock, it's all melted. Part of the timing device that was used to trigger the bomb that blew up the bunkhouse, maybe?
An analog clock for a bomb. Okay. Oh no, I just was there. Need to go there. Or no, this is. Wait, what? Solar panel.
An ice fishing shack. A nice warm one at that.
Okay. I don't know why I would be ice fishing. But we know it's here, so. Let's see what's. No, I did it again. I'm trying to just turn right. No. Sorry.
Halt! The battle for the kingdom of the Snow Princess begins!
Doing it again? I mean, it's not a fair fight. If I can go, perfect. Alright,
You
perfect.
have defeated the Snow Princess. You may pass.
Alright. Skating pond. Okay, there's a lake and a pond. And there's Dan's needle.
Ah, warm again.
I should tell the guys that I have cleared the snow. They are not here. Oh, I mean, I can try to do this thing, right? I guess it's not all wolves. Well, I give up.
Well, you could keep turning them.
Well, yeah.
Turn
but
all of them and figure out, you know.
What's the point? I don't know the point. Okay, skating pond and icicle lake. That's way further. Wow. Bunkhouse and lodge. The needle. Okay. I guess I can start making calls.
Can you call Ned?
Yeah, why don't we call him first? Why don't I open my inventory? Ned. Ooh, clues. We got clues. We got the wolf. Wow. Do I need to do the one? in front. I don't know. These games are weird. I'm just gonna try 5, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 7. The buttons are a lot more responsive in this game. Previous games, you'd have to like wait a second.
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey, Nance. I couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
Well, as a matter of fact, just as I got here, the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was another act of sabotage?
I'm not sure yet. I did find a melted clock face and all the debris, which, if the explosion was caused by a bomb, may have been part of the timer. In fact, I should probably call the sheriff and see what he thinks.
Nothing like starting things off with a bang. Sorry, couldn't resist.
A lone wolf has been hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know. Yet.
So, you've got a wolf hanging around that acts like Lassie. What else?
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built this weird concrete pyramid thing nearby that everyone calls Trapper Dan's Needle.
What's it for?
No one knows, but there was a piece of black nylon-type fabric sticking out of it. Like there's a door in it and someone had snagged their clothes on it on their way in.
So you think there's a door, but you can't see one?
Right.
Well, just keep poking around. If something's got a front door, it usually has a back door, too.
Gotta go. I'll call you again.
Call again soon, okay?
I will. Bye.
Now, can we call the sheriff?
Sure. We can call the sheriff. We can call whoever you like.
And tell him about, about the banging stuff.
Sheriff's office, this is Mohican.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew at the Icicle Creek Lodge. We met the other night when you were investigating the bunkhouse explosion.
Oh, yeah, that bright kid from the States. What do you need?
Well, I found a melted clock face close to where the bunkhouse used to be, and I wondered if it could have been what triggered the explosion. You know, the timer?
I found that clock face, too. Left it there because any fingerprints on it would have melted away along with everything else. And besides, Ollie Randall said all the room clocks at the lodge looked like that. Could have been one that was in the bunkhouse to begin with.
Oh, right.
You shouldn't go poking around on your own like that. There could still be explosives lying around. Although, I hear it takes a pretty big bang to set off C4.
C4?
Plastic explosive? That's what blew up the bunkhouse. Lab result came in less than an hour ago.
It doesn't take a bang to blow up C4. You could have an explosion where C4 is present, and C4 will not explode.
Right.
It takes an electrical charge, to my knowledge.
Is C4 hard to get?
Not if you're in the military or do any kind of demolition. In Eastern Europe, it's called Semtex. It's not that hard to handle either. For somebody who's had training in explosives, it's a piece of cake.
Did you learn anything else from the lab tests you did after the bunkhouse explosion?
Nope. Unfortunately, that bunkhouse wasn't particularly well made, so when it exploded, pretty much everything got melted into a blob or blown to smithereens or burned to a crisp.
I almost got caught in an avalanche at Chicken Ridge that was triggered by a big explosion.
Almost. She was caught in it.
Are you sure it wasn't just the sound of someone shooting a rifle, maybe?
No, it sounded like someone had set off a bomb. In fact, afterwards I found a crater, like someone had deliberately blown a hole in the ground underneath the snow.
Unless it was someone shooting off fireworks or something. I have no idea what it could have been.
Thanks for your help.
Have a good day.
Probably should call Chantel.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy Drew.
You know who's behind the accident?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
About Tino, I'm not totally comfortable with the idea of consulting with him on this case.
Why not? Two heads are always better than one, and I find him to be very knowledgeable and kinda charming.
Do you know what he did when we were on that train trip Laurie Gerard arranged?
He didn't go into a lot of detail, but he did say that that's all water under the bridge. Besides, I'm paying him and I want to get my money's worth. So like it or not, you're going to consult with him. Understood?
Understood.
Good. Anything else?
I'd like to hear more about the accidents that have been happening around here.
The first thing that happened was the worst. The Faringdale family and Becky the cook all came down with food poisoning and had to be hospitalized. Somehow, the potato salad got contaminated, although Becky swears it wasn't because of anything she did. I cannot tell you how awful it was. All 5 people became violently ill at roughly the same time. But were they all in the same room? Of course not. They were spread out all over the lodge. Poor Elsa was cleaning for days. And the odor? Oh my gosh. Anyway, then Carl Jenkins slipped on the stairs outside and broke his leg. Then Lou Talbot's window was broken. Then Elsa the maid's tires were slashed. Then the phone wires were cut, and then... Oh yeah, and then the Southwaites were almost overcome by fumes when gas started leaking into the sauna.
Oh, boy.
So, who's suing you?
No one yet. But my lawyers are afraid it's just a matter of time and are trying to figure out what preventative measures to take.
Did you know that some photos are missing from the display case in the lobby?
Really? Last I looked, they were all there. I think.
The caption for them says something like, "Young and old have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge."
I can't remember what they were pictures of, and I sure don't know why they'd be missing.
That bone Trapper Dan found is missing from its case, too.
First the accident, now someone's stealing from me? Nancy, you've got to find out what's going on there. If you don't, I'll never be able to convince my dad I'm not a loser. Ever.
That's it for now.
Good. Talk to you soon.
Alright, maybe we should give Tino Balducci a call.
And who's that?
Guy from the train, the jerk, who's
Oh.
like, you know, the other detective that was not a detective.
Like, you did call him.
Hey,
Nope.
Nancy! I was wondering when your number there was gonna show up on caller ID. This is Dino Balducci. Remember me? From that last train to Blue Moon Canyon we went on? Yeah, I'm the one who helped you find that long-lost treasure.
I'm not sure helped is the right word, Mr. Balducci.
Please, call me Tino.
In fact, Tino, I'm a little surprised you're still in law enforcement, considering some of the unethical, if not illegal, stunts you pulled back then.
Hey, that's all behind me. Ancient history. Water under the bridge. So, looks like we're gonna be working together on this sabotage thing, huh?
Looks like.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I'm working on something that'll pretty much crack this case wide open. But in the meantime, what can I do you for?
I'm curious, how do you know Chantal?
Friend of a friend heard about all the problems she was having up there and immediately figured she could use my crime-solving expertise. So I gave her a call, we had lunch, we hit it off, and bingo. I got myself a new client.
How many clients do you have?
I have enough. I mean,
One.
you know, you go spreading yourself too thin in this business, and the next thing you know, crime out the wazoo.
I'd better go.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, he's not going to be helpful. Alright, and we have the guests we can call as well, but I don't know the point of that. Oh,
Well, who are you?
I'm Elsa's replacement?
Oh, the new maid, thank goodness! I was wondering how much longer the owner expected us to endure these conditions and still pay full price.
How long has Elsa been gone?
2 days, I think. Maybe even 3. I don't know. It's all a blur of dirt and dust and soap residue. My name is Guadalupe Comillo. My friends call me Lupe.
So I should call you Lupe?
I hardly think so, dear. For one thing, I don't even know your name.
My name's Nancy Drew.
2 things, dear. First, the alarm clock is missing from my room. I don't necessarily need another one. I just don't want to be charged for that one, seeing as I have no idea where it went to. Second, be a doll and clean my room first. It'll hardly take you any time at all, especially compared to the other rooms. The other guests are all men. Single men.
Well, I'm happy to report that I've already cleaned your room.
Excellent.
I hate to sound nosy, but what are you doing?
Birds. I'm watching birds. That's what I am, you see, a bird watcher. Sometimes I go outside and watch, and sometimes I stay inside. It all depends on what the birds feel like doing and what I feel like doing.
So that's what brought you to Icicle Creek Lodge, the birding?
Absolutely. The place is a veritable birding paradise, even in winter. In fact, in the short time I've been here, I've seen hawks, eagles, orioles, cardinals, jays, nothing truly rare. But to a wildlife lover such as myself, seeing them in such a spectacular setting is thrilling nonetheless.
Have you met the other guests?
I've bumped into them at one time or another, yes. I don't spend all my time in front of this window. That Yanni fellow, he's very talented, but extremely intense. His whole life revolves around being the best in the world. As for the two who are always sitting across the way playing that silly game, the older man, Bill Kessler, he's no deep thinker, but he's nice enough. But the other one, that college student, talking to him is like trying to converse with a giant turnip. No social graces whatsoever. I almost prefer talking to the handyman. Almost. Anyone that intent on destroying something as glorious as that wolf is hardly worth talking to.
Have you ever seen the wolf that's been hanging out around here?
No. Not that I'm looking for it, of course. Yanni occasionally skis by, and that dullard of a student, I see him snowshoeing occasionally. But I've yet to see the wolf. Have you seen it?
Yeah, up close and personal, as a matter of fact.
How did it act? Was it aggressive? Did it look injured?
Actually, I think it may have saved my life.
Really? Of course, its behavior does suggest that it's had contact with humans before. Have you told anyone else what you just told me?
No?
Good. Don't. You see, I'd like to see this wolf for myself, and I don't want everyone else going after it and scaring it away. And there's no telling what that trigger-happy handyman might do. So it'll just be our little secret, all right?
Uh-huh.
Good luck with your birding.
Au revoir.
So she has a fascination with a wolf, and her alarm clock's missing, and we happen to find a clock in the snow that was potentially attached to the C4 bomb. So she's right suspicious.
Makes you
What does?
homey.
Oh, the cabin?
Yeah.
Cabin is nice and homey. Oh, if there's anything else to do here. And go back to my room. But what's the point? This is not... Is it? Where am I staying? I don't even remember. Quell. Ah. Oh, because I'm the maid, I can just walk into other people's rooms.
That's her room, isn't it?
No, this is our room. I just don't know what the point of this is. Oh, okay. Snoop around at 12 a.m. I thought I was supposed to make people food, but, you know, fine.